National Indigenous Peoples Month ngayong darating na buwan ng Oktubre ating tatalakayin kasama si Subcommission on Cultural Communities and Traditional Arts Commissioner Reden Ulo ng National Commission for the Culture and the Arts. Commissioner Reden, magandang tanghali po at welcome sa Bagong Pilipinas ngayon.
Magandang tanghali po, Ma'am Weng Hidalgo at sa lahat ng tagapagsabaybay ng Bagong Pilipinas. So, ako po si Commissioner Reden Ulo, a pure-blooded Dipoli. Ako po ay isang katutubo by blood. At ngayon po ay ipapahiwatig ko sa inyo kung ano yung National Celebration for the National Indigenous Peoples Month, which is spearheaded by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, particularly on Subcommission on Cultural Communities and Traditional Arts. So basically this year, for Dayao 2024, this will be scheduled on October 3, 4, and 5 at the municipality of Lake Cebu, province of South Cotabato. It is a celebration where indigenous peoples will be gathered together, and this will be composed of different or various components for Dayao 2024. This also includes the promotions and the works of our Manlilika ng Bayan, at the same time the works and the contributions of the schools of living tradition across the country. So basically for Dayao 2024, we are expecting 270 or more than 270 delegates across the country from different indigenous cultural communities. And as the host municipality in the province of South Cotabato, bakit Lake Cebu? So we are highlighting that Lake Cebu is the home of the living treasure and the province of South Cotabato is the land of the dream weavers. For this celebration, mayroon po tayong tema or theme, Katutubong Filipino, Pagtibayin ang Tagumpay 2030. It reflects a forward-looking communities in shaping our sustainable and inclusive future. As we approach 2030, a critical target for global goals like the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And this theme also emphasizes the need to empower us as indigenous people, where our indigenous knowledge system and practices are crucial for addressing challenges such as cultural depreciation, climate change, biodiversity, and social inequality. So by this theme, we are also strengthening the success by 2030, recognizing the vital contribution of the indigenous cultural communities or the indigenous people across the country for cultural stewardship, preservation, promotion, and even protection for our culture, our adventure, and even our nature. For this Dayao, basically, we have our partners organization. I made mention we have the NCIP, the National Commission for Indigenous People, the Commission on Higher Education, the TESDA, Department of Education, National Commission for Muslim Filipinos, Department of Tourism. We have also DTI, the Provincial Government of South Cotabato. We have the local government of Lake Cebu and the Clawil organization. So this Dayao brings together various, again, indigenous peoples, which also reflects our unique and rich cultural heritage like our traditions, our languages, our music and dances, arts and craft. And with the presence, and this event will be graced by 10 Manlilika ng Bayan or the National Living Treasure. Dayao is not only celebrate the diversity of being indigenous people communities, but also emphasizes our role, our vital role as indigenous people in terms of preserving, safeguarding the nation's cultural heritage and identity.
Okay.
And
Sir,
yes, ma'am.
yes, sir, pwede niyo po ba kaming i-enlighten, lalo na po sa mga hindi nakakaalam, ano po yung mga magagandang kultura at mga tradisyon ng mga Tiboli na gusto niyo pong i-share sa amin ngayon dito sa programa?
Okay po. So, marami po kaming rich and unique culture as Tiboli. So, Tiboli is one of the indigenous people lives in the province of South Cotabato. Unang-una, kami po ay soft-spoken, we are peace-loving people, and we have this rich cultural heritage like weaving of tinalak. Tinalak is a woven dream or a cloth by a Tiboli weaver, and this is our identity. When you heard about tinalak, this is Tiboli, and most of the designs of tinalak are from the dream. Kaya po, ang tawag sa amin ng mga Tiboli, dream weavers. Lahat ng aming design para sa ikat na tinalak ay galing sa panaginip because of the spirit known as Fudalo. Fudalo is the spirit of Abaca who guides the weaver to do the intricate designs. And not only the weaving of tinalak na kung saan nakilala ang Tiboli in national or even international platform, mayroon din po kaming mga sayaw or Tiboli dances, Tiboli music, even the chants where in fact Tiboli, nagkaroon po kami ng 4 na national living treasures na naging nakilala kami because of this manlilikha ng bayan. Made mention, we have late Boi Langdulay for tinalak weaving. Now we have 3 newly declared manlilikha ng bayan last year. So si Boi Rusi Sula for Tiboli chanting, Dato Bundos Fara for brass casting, and Boi Barbara Ufong for tinalak weaving. Yun po ang isang magandang manifestation that the Tiboli culture in Lake Cebu or even in the province of South Cotabato is still alive and kicking. And we have also traditional cuisines and the traditional games nandun pa rin sa aming community. And we are very proud and honored that Tiboli are still using our native language because language is the soul of being an indigenous people. So at home, we are speaking our own language where in fact, we embrace it. Kaya buhay na buhay ang dunong ng mga Tiboli sa South Cotabato.
Sir Reden,
And we are,
opo.
yes,
Bukod po sa Tiboli, ano pa po yung mga indigenous group dyan sa South Cotabato na kasing active niya pa po?
Yes, so we are also proud sa Blaan. So in South Cotabato, mayroon po kaming kapatid na mga Blaan na malapit din sa amin where in fact mayroon din silang manlilikha ng bayan, si manlilikha ng bayan Fu Yabing. At saka mayroon din silang isang manlilikha ng bayan for mat weaving, si manlilikha ng bayan Estelita Bantilan. Sila po ay very active din in terms sa promotion and safeguarding ng Filipino culture, particularly in Region 12 or in Soc-Sargent area.
Nagwi-weave din po sila, di ba?
Yes po,
Naghahabi
nag-weave din sila.
Kaya gusto ko pong tanungin yung suot po ninyo kasi I'm a fan of your work sa Tiboli po, sa South Cotabato. In fact, today may press conference ang Hobby Council of the Philippines at magkakaroon ng Hobby Fair featuring po yung mga products dyan, yung mga ikat, yung mga mats po ninyo, yung mga damit po ninyo this coming October, dyan sa Glorieta. Yung suot po ninyo ngayon, gustong-gusto ko po yan, very intricate, parang meron siyang hand embroidery, meron din siyang parang beadwork. Tama ba?
Yes, ma'am. Ito ay handmade or hand embroidery gawa ng isang Tiboli sa Lake Cebu. It took 3 to 5 months bago matapos itong design na ito. At ang design na ito ay mayroon sa connection sa buhay namin as Tiboli. So mayroon siyang ibig sabihin, may meaning. So hindi na siya basta-basta na design, kundi ito ay part ng aming buhay. At saka yung nasa ulo ko naman, ito ay ulaw. Ito ay handloom weaving product ng Schools of Living Tradition. So basically, ito naman sinuot ko, ito ay gawa ng isang manlilikha ng bayan na si Bundos Fara for the brass casting. So ito po ay lahat ng produkto ng aming mga cultural experts or cultural masters na kung saan patuloy pa rin ang paggawa or pag-practice ng aming kultura bilang mga Tiboli o bilang mga Pilipino as a whole. Okay, bigyan ko kayo, ito ay design na kung saan they are interconnected with one another. So ito ay, we call this design gamawat for tinalak or for embroidery where everybody is connected with everything else. Yun po. So lahat nito ay may meaning, may ibig sabihin. Kaya we are embracing it as part of our life.
So,
maraming salamat po.
Opo. Sir Reden, ano naman po yung iba't ibang mga paraan na maaaring gawin natin mga Pilipino in observance of the celebration of National Indigenous Peoples Month?
So basically, marami po tayong strategies or platforms in order for the indigenous peoples to really sustain and continue doing our indigenous knowledge system and practices. Number one, kailangan ito yung mga bata, yung mga youth, IP youth should continue loving and practicing their culture. So kaya nga mayroon tayong dayaw para ipakita sa buong mundo, sa buong Pilipinas na ang pagsama-sama ng lahat ng mga indigenous peoples across the country. Na ipapakita din nila ang kanilang sariling sayaw, yung kanilang sariling music, or even their artworks or their craft and etc. So ito naman, marami po tayong components for dayaw. Mayroon tayong cultural performances, traditional games, or traditional sports, indigenous cuisine or arts demonstration. Mayroon po tayong IP forum, yung mga IP youth ay magkaroon ng cultural awareness, recognition for cultural experts and masters, proper wearing of traditional attire coming from different indigenous cultural communities. We have also exhibits for SLT and Manlilika ng Bayan. And mayroon po tayong outreach program sa iba't ibang cultural institutions sa South Cotabato. So yun po ang ating mga components wherein ma-appreciate ng ating mga participants or audience itong Dayaw 2024.
Okay. Sa kasulukuyan, can you give us po ilan sa mga problema o challenges na hinaharap ngayon ng mga IP sa bansa? At ano po ang hakbang ng NCCA tungkol po dito?
One of the most challenging or threatening problems for culture and arts, especially for the IP, is the cultural depreciation. So I mean, there is a gradual appreciation or losing of our culture because of different impacts, no? Because of different causes. But basically, ito naman, for example, nawawala na yung aming lingwahe because the youth are no longer appreciative sa paggamit ng native language namin. So yun, kasi pag mawala ang native language, mawawala din ang identity, your identity as indigenous people. But we are very thankful and grateful for to the National Commission for Culture and the Arts and other line government agencies na mayroon po tayong mga intervention on this problem. For example, the Schools of Living Tradition. Itong Schools of Living Tradition, this is a community managed where tinuturo doon yung ating mga guro doon ay hindi graduate ng 4-year course, hindi graduate ng masters, but they are masters of their own culture. So sila yung nagtuturo sa mga kabataan to continue this culture. For example, pagtuturo ng lengguwahe, pagtuturo ng arts and craft like itong sinusuot ko, pagtuturo ng music or dances and etc. Yun po ang binibigay ng ating national agencies through NCCA para ipagpatuloy itong pagmamahal, itong gawain para sa kultura. At marami pang mga interventions ang ginawa, hindi lamang sa Schools of Living Tradition, pati na rin yung centers ng ating mga malilika ng bayan na ipagpatuloy ang pagtuturo ng mga arts and craft sa ating mga youth at sa ating mga cultural advocators at komunidad. Yun po. Maraming salamat.
Opo. Sa ngayon, Commissioner, ano-ano po yung mga existing na mga programa na nagbibigay naman ng proteksyon sa mga karapatan ng mga IP sa buong bansa?
Mayroon naman tayong mga grants and projects. For example, APCC, yung Assistance Program for Cultural Communities, na kung saan binibigyan sila ng funding. But basically, we have that we are the beneficiaries of the program to continue itong gawain pangkultura. At marami pang iba, hindi lang APCC or Assistance Program for Cultural Communities, mayroon din po tayong competitive grants na mayroong nakalaan na budget para sa Northern Cultural Communities, Southern Cultural Communities, and Central Cultural Communities. Ay binibigyan sila ng ating gobyerno through NCCA para ipagpatuloy itong gawaing pangkultura.
Okay. Mensahe nyo na lang po sa mga kabataan ngayon, lalo na sa mga kabilang sa mga indigenous communities.
May special message sa aking mga brothers and sisters na indigenous peoples is we have to continue loving, preserving, and safeguarding our culture because this culture we have is our identity. No matter what happened, we have to be resilient and we have to protect this culture, hindi lang para sa sarili natin, but this is for our nation. Makidayaw na po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Subcommission on Cultural Communities and Traditional Arts, Commissioner Reden Ulo ng National Commission for Culture and the Arts.